Loaded a reaction video to this yesterday and did a quick analysis thereafter. However, after rewatching the trailer and taking a closer look at certain shots, I realized I hadn't properly connected some of the dots left by developer Bob Entertainment, which really give us an idea of what this new entry in the Poppy Playtime franchise is to be about. So I decided to delist that video and return with a more in-depth and accurate breakdown. So sit back, relax, and let's go through this new trailer shot by shot to see what we can learn about the latest in toy-themed horror at Playtime Co. The trailer begins with a blink-and-you'll-miss-it shot of a gas mask. We previously saw this gas mask in last year's Chapter 3 teaser trailer, as well as a cosmetic item in multiplayer game Project Playtime. It seems this mask is to be a key gameplay mechanic as we venture into the playcare, and you'll understand why later in this video. Next up is this shot of the train track. You may remember at the very end of Poppy Playtime Chapter 2, the train our protagonist rode derailed and crashed near the entrance of the playcare, a previously unexplored area of the factory. It seems after we escape the wreckage, the train catches on fire, and here we witness the aftermath. Moving on, and we see an ominous shot of the maintenance entrance to playcare, found just to the side of the train wreck. The flickering flames light up the doorframe and suggest that this will be the very first area in Chapter 3, picking up directly after the events of Chapter 2. The next shot gives us our first look inside the playcare facility. It looks incredibly eerie and seems to be themed like a schoolhouse, with old-fashioned furniture in the form of these chairs and tables lining the hall. To the left of the frame are a bunch of children's drawings and a portrait, though we are unable to make these out clearly. On the floor, 3 perfectly spaced claw marks can be observed. These claws have cut through the wooden flooring and creep around the corner as if something has been dragged away. In the next image we can see exactly what was dragged. A Huggy Wuggy toy lays in a pool of blood, its head severed and taken. Close by we see another plushie with its head also missing. It seems whatever creature resides in the playcare removes the heads of its victims. But why? More on this later.
Ben maalesef gün üzerinde çok bir şey diyebilmiyorum. Bunu maalesef.
Moving on, we see the claw marks trail across this wall, and in the center is a portrait of a very unhappy looking child. This is almost certainly one of the orphan children adopted by the factory staff to then be used in the twisted into the body of a bronze toy to give him new life. While that man willingly volunteered to undergo such a procedure, it seems these orphans were perhaps more reluctant to the idea, ending up in a miserable and terrified state and held prisoner in the depths of the playcare. We also see a mascot sticker attached to this portrait. Once again, it's missing its head. The next shot is very interesting indeed, as it features a crude children.
Burada bir kız çocuğu var, burada bir tane canavar var. Ben sandım ki bu Kirvil'di. Bir deneyle alakalı, demek ki Kirvil değil, bu başka bir deney ama neyse. Şu an başka.
Drawing that at first seems fairly simplistic, but actually adds a lot of meaningful information. At the top of the drawing we see a setting sun and a moon, and at the bottom a message which reads, "Time to bed." This hints towards the playcare having some kind of day and night cycle. But as there are no windows so deep underground, it is logical to conclude that this cycle was created artificially.
Geldim arkadaşlar, bir de sonra bir 4 saniye oldu.
When nighttime comes and the moon rises, the children were sent to bed. We see 3 children also drawn in this image, and all around them, red clouds are seen. These clouds are most likely clouds of gas, which ties into the gas mask theme seen in the previous teaser. When the moon rose, a sleeping gas was distributed throughout the playcare, and the children put to sleep. Perhaps so the scientists could begin experimenting on them, or perhaps simply because these traumatized kids wouldn't have been able to sleep otherwise. The final piece of the puzzle can be seen with the inclusion of a creepy-looking mascot to the right of the drawing. It appears to be a dragon or bird-like creature with long clawed feet and wings. This creature may be one of the swap-a-moles, a toy mascot made up from different parts of different toys and designed to watch over the children of the playcare. We also faintly see another drawing behind this one, featuring what appears to be a more cat-like creature, though it's hard to make out for sure. In the next shot, we see a ringing phone. The blood around the phone suggests someone was attacked while using it. You may feel this phone seems familiar, and well, that's because it is. The very same phone model appears in multiplayer game Project Playtime, though as of yet it is not usable. A future update promises to give us a number to dial which will allow players to use this phone, and perhaps, given the teaser here, tie some lore into the upcoming Chapter 3. It is also possible we may have to use this phone to lure the new enemy around the stage and keep it away from our position. The next shot of the trailer features more miserable and sickly looking children. The area around their eyes is very dark, suggesting they not only get very little sleep, but have also been affected by the sleeping gas. A message has been scratched onto the wall, which reads, "The original saved me, I rejoice in him." But what does this refer to? Well, I believe this message, which seems to have been written by the same creature leaving these claw marks, refers to Prototype Experiment 1006, an entity referenced throughout Poppy Playtime's previous chapters, who seems to have been responsible for the downfall of the factory after escaping its holding cell. It seems some of these other living toy experiments now rejoice and praise the Prototype for freeing them from the control of the Playtime Coast scientists and their inhumane experimentation. Now free to... But more on this
bilirmi.
later. We can see more etching on the wall as we move into the next shot. It reads, "I lived..."
Bekle. Orada kilivili kafası var. Gördünüz mü? Şu an kilivili kafası görüyorum. Orada bir tane kız çocuğu ağlıyor. Orada başka bir karakter. Orada bir tane canavar.
Our angel of salvation. This adds more credence to the theory that at least one of the new mascots in this chapter has wings. It also suggests that the cat-like creature who I believe is writing these messages and leaving these claw marks is different to the creature pictured here in this drawing. The angel of salvation referencing a bird or dragon-type guardian of the playcare, whom this other cat-themed toy served. A children's drawing to the left of the frame seems to include both of these new toys. We see the tail and wings of the dragon and then the cat toy beside it. At this point, I want to hop to the end of the trailer, where we finally get more of a look at the entity in question. We see a claw whip away and then a pair of beady eyes appear in the darkness. A plume of gas-like smoke then pours from its nose. Following this, a smiling face appears as we are engulfed in the fumes of this gas. If we pause and brighten the image, it appears this creature is indeed a cat. It features a cat-like nose and Cheshire Cat grin. With this information in mind, we can connect the dots and come to a conclusion as to what both of these characters are and their purpose in the playcare. The cat showed up at night to dispel sleeping gas that would place the children into a deep sleep. Coincidentally, the chapter itself is titled Deep Sleep, backing up this speculation. The dragon creature then oversaw the playcare like a jailer of sorts, making sure everything was running as intended and the children were all accounted for. The two toys working in tandem to keep order in this area of the facility, but also acting as friendly mascots for the children, much like Mommy Longlegs did in the game station during Chapter 2. However, as this other drawing illustrates, the gas seems to have given these children nightmares, suggesting it has hallucinogenic properties. This is where the gas mask will come into play. These scientists wore these masks to shield them from the effects of the gas and conduct their research safely.
This hints at a new mechanic where we, the player, will also need to don the mask whenever the fuming cat appears in order to survive each encounter. At the top of the image, we see another drawing with the message, just like mommy and daddy before, they left me. This tells us that after being adopted by the staff of the Playtime Co. factory, the children were then abandoned by their new parents and left to the mercy of the scientists. Not really new information, but it does back up our previous theories. The next shot shows Huggy's head on a pipe. Throughout the trailer, we have seen many Playtime toys missing their heads, and it seems this is where they end up. The cat antagonist seemingly claiming trophies.
Neyse arkadaşlar bu video bu kadar. Hamı çok sağ olun. Ayrıca bir chapter 3 trailerını gördüm. Hamı çok sağ olun.